Hello, this is Jay Camera here, and today I'll be re-reviewing the LEGO Star Wars set 71110 Land Speeder based on Episode 4, A New Hope, or slash the original Star Wars. Released in 1999, originally costing $7 to $10 in US money, and has roughly 100 pieces. I didn't count, and I don't know the count. But originally LEGO system, because there weren't really additional themes then. It wasn't until the very next year where it actually kind of began. And this is the instructions. I don't actually have the box because I got this used for about $70. If you are to get this set nowadays on eBay, you're gonna get it for most likely at least at roughly $100. I got slightly below average price, so that's good. As I said, this is a re-review because I did film it, but it was blank. Like, it was just all black, you couldn't see anything, and you couldn't even hear anything, so I'm redoing it. I don't remember if I had the box originally. I don't think I did, but here's the instructions, which looks really cute. It even has the title on there, which I don't think they do anymore. You have the cool space background and, like, scenes from the movie to, like, compare to. And you have the two minifigures that are actually named. I wish they did this now. They still did this nowadays, but sadly that isn't the case. You have Luke Skywalker, the main character, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ben Kenobi, played by Alec Guinness in this film. And of course, Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. Then we have the one and only build, and of course, accessories at the end, because there's only one accessory. And then you have cool shots, supposedly from the movie or just for marketing purposes, which do look cool, especially with the green there. I don't think it's supposed to be there, but it does look nice. And then at the back, you have the alternate builds, like you can tear it apart and then make something new with it. And I like that, like the minifigures are tearing apart and trying to rebuild something out of it. That looks cute. This is currently the oldest LEGO set I have in my collection, and probably the oldest I'm ever going to have. So, now let's go on with the minifigures. So first up, we have Luke Skywalker, again played by Mark Hamill. He has the original basic blonde hair that minifigures had. Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter also had it. He doesn't have an alternate expression or even white pupils on his black eyes, so just a generic face, really. He has a belt. He doesn't have back printing. He does, however, have leg printing, which I am impressed, because that was pretty rare then. Though it's not exactly in the best condition, but it's, I'd say, in good enough condition. Of course, he's got the yellow skin, because until 2003, 2004, every minifigure, any human minifigures were mostly that, until 2003 with Lando Calrissian and basketball players. And then 2004, most licensed themes were, except for Star Wars, ironically enough, which it wasn't until 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out that they had the flesh tone and all. And he has no accessories. And he does appear in a couple other sets, in the original Millennium Falcon and the original Mos Eisley Cantina. And the second minifigure, and the rarer one between the two, is Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ben Kenobi, played by, once again, Alec Guinness. He appears in only one other set, being the original Mos Eisley Cantina. and both have Luke in them, so yeah, but if you get this minifigure in a set, you're guaranteed to have Luke in his first appearance from the film. His accessory is the original blue lightsaber. The lightsaber piece is actually in great condition, surprisingly, but I can't say the same about the lightsaber hilt. It is destroyed, but it is chrome, and if you were to get it brand new, it wouldn't last very long anyway. In fact, if you played with him once or twice, it's guaranteed to chip off a bit. He has no back printing, but a different color hip, but there's no leg printing. And no secondary expression. His hair is again the same generic bob hair, I'm gonna call it, in light grey. And no pupils, just a generic face with a grey beard. And I wish he came with a cape, like in the Star Wars Complete Saga video game, but I'm glad we got the figure. And again, I wish they were in flesh tones, like in the game, but what are you gonna do about it? Also, I wish that Luke came with a blaster, so you can do a little bit more with him. And here is the land speeder, owned by Luke. Now, the color scheme is the sand color scheme, which is a bit odd because wouldn't that blend in with the sand? But, oh well, it does look cool. And I like how they build it with these pieces being used to give it that smooth texture and to feel nice. I think that was actually quite genius. And because 1999 LEGO was limited, they had to do it a bit cheaply. And as a cheap thing, it works. Also, I like this here. And it does look a bit too prim and perfect, but I prefer builds that are like that, even if it's not necessarily accurate to the film. It is actually quite small, but it isn't a big part of the story, and isn't supposed to be. It isn't a terribly big part of the story, so it doesn't matter. And it's supposed to be a decently small build. I mean, not this small, but I also really like the chairs. They're a little bit dusty for me, but they look cool in that color. And I like the red and grey contrast. And it is the old grey, like before 2004. And there's nothing on the back, but for back in the day, it was fair enough. For the storage compartment, you only had, like, you have to... Oh yeah, and by the way, the seats are pretty loose. You have to take these off, which isn't easy, and you really need longer fingernails to do. And there's plenty of room for the lightsaber. So if I can just put the blue rod in here and the hilt in there. And then lock it up nicely. There you go. And there's enough room to put R2-D2 and C-3PO in there, which I don't have the original versions of, but I do have the new 3PO, and I know someone with R2-D2, so I can always just borrow that. And the figures fit in with really no struggle. And you can just they can just hop out of the vehicle if they really want to. It's easy. I'll admit I don't like this. I just think it's a bit too low and too square, but for back in the day, it makes sense. I mean, this is a set that you should really get if you're nostalgia driven, like myself, and want to get the first of everything. If you're one of those people, this is for you. So, fun fact, this theme actually saved LEGO because they were kind of bankrupt at the time. So, in order to save their company, they decided to make Star Wars sets. So, we can basically thank Star Wars and the licensed themes for getting LEGO to where they are. If I was to fix this set, I would of course make them flesh and give Luke slightly better printing. It might just be my Luke, though, but I'd do that, give Luke a blaster of sorts, give Ben Kenobi a cape, give this a more orangey color scheme, like with the other land speeders, a better windshield too. And yeah, I do think for the price it's actually great, but as just another set, like, especially compared to nowadays, it does leave a little bit to be desired. I don't exactly remember what I rated it. I'll probably either have it in the description or above. And there you have it. There's the review of this set. Now you can actually hear what I say and see the set for yourself. Would I recommend it? It is one of the cheaper sets. I'm surprised it's even this cheap for a set that old, but if you want to complete the collection, it's not gonna hurt. But I would recommend one of the newer land speeders. The minifigures are also not exclusive to the set. And out of the land speeders, this is definitely not the best, but not bad either. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.